Alrighty, let's close out the show with our official Week 6 picks, folks. Sheesh, feeling real gosh dang good. We just hit the first Thursday night pick of the entire year, if you can believe it. But we took Eagles plus 6.5 last night. They lose by 6, but that is a win for us. We'll take it, and we're ready. We just told y'all at the beginning of the show, we have finally figured out the NFL. It takes a couple of weeks into the season, football season, basketball season as well, to truly get a gauge. All right, what is Vegas doing here with the spreads? What are these teams all about? What are the good teams? What are the bad teams? And it just only took us 5 weeks to figure it all out. We're ready to run the gauntlet. We will not miss a pick for the rest of the year, folks. We figured it out. We're 1 for 1 this week. We're ready to keep it rolling here, going 6 for 6 this week with our official kind of Sundays, the main picks here. So, we do 6 picks every single week here. We get 3 picks in our lock section. These are locks, folks. You can bet whatever you want because these are locks. Last week in our locks, we went one of 2. We hit one of 3 picks. So those are locks, folks. Obviously, did you not just hear our track record? But last week our locks were Panthers -3, and that's foolish on us for believing in Sam Darnold. We will never do that again. Don't worry, folks. Chiefs -3. Once again, we just took them out of our top 10. We are not believing in this Chiefs team for a while, folks. We took that -3. They lose outright. But then we hit the Cardinals -4.5, and they win by 7. Bingo, bango. That's what we're talking about. That's a lock, and we can continue to buy this Cardinals team like we know we can. And then we do 3 picks in our 99% guarantee categories. We feel so confident about these, but there is one thing potentially, maybe, possibly that goes wrong, that maybe potentially hinders the outcome of the game and the overall score and our bet. Last week in our 99% guarantees, we went 2 of 3. Fantastic. We hit Titans -4. That was an easy one right there, and Titans are coming back this week in our picks, so buckle up. We had Washington +2.5. It was Jameis Winston's best game. What do y'all want from us? We're not betting on this Washington team for a while either. And then we had the Chargers -2. They go toe-to-toe, win by 5 over the Browns. Bingo, bango. So 50%, 3 hits, 3 losses last week. But like we said, we just hit the Thursday night pick. And we have not hit the Thursday night pick for the first 5 weeks of this season, folks. So we are ready to rock. We are ready to rock. So here we go, folks. Let's start taking some picks. Here we go. First pick in our locks category here, folks. Are y'all ready? We're going Dolphins -3. Tua's over the disrespect, folks. It's all over the place. It's even in my own family, folks, the Tua disrespect, and I didn't even think it would be able to come to the forefront. Come to my doorstep, the Tua hate, but it's even in the family, folks. I can't believe it. Tua's ready to shut everybody up. They're in London. Jaguars, are we going to believe Urban Meyer's not going to cheat on his wife in London? I mean, he was in Cincinnati cheating in his wife. From Cincinnati to Jacksonville, that's close. That's decently close. We got a whole nother country, and they've got the guards over there in London that are kind of bound by silence. Those guards with the hats that protect the palace. So if they see Urban Meyer cheating, they can't say anything about it. So he may think he can get away with the cheating here in London. So he's probably not even with the team. He's probably early in London. He's like, I'll see y'all in London because I got some things to take care of here. So, Urban Meyer in London, the team doesn't respect him. This Dolphins defense is going to make him pay. This Jaguars running game is pretty solid, and we like Trevor Lawrence, but that's really the only thing good about this team overall. And once again, you must have your team buttoned up going overseas. What won last week in London? Matt Ryan. Why? Because he was the only veteran for both teams. Rookie head coach, rookie quarterback for the Jets. They flounder in the first half. Can't do anything. That is to be seen. And given Brian Flores or Urban Meyer, who runs a tighter ship? Brian Flores. Tua or Trevor Lawrence. One's a rookie. One's got some experience so far. They're going to be good traveling overseas. And we only have to swallow 3 points. Tua's back with the offense, baby. This is not the Jacoby Brissett offense. That offense is pure trash. Tua can play, folks, and I can't wait for this man to be back in action in our Wednesday film study show. It's going to be an hour, two and a half hours of just watching Tua, so y'all better buckle up for that because y'all have awoken the beast here. So Dolphins -3, surefire bet. Absolutely. Take that. Alrighty, our next pick in our locks section is going to be Steelers -5.5. And I'm not saying this to disrespect Geno Smith, but I am saying this because I am betting on this Steelers offense. We believe here at Takes by Fans, the national media has this Steelers narrative wrong. It's nothing with Big Ben. The yards are there, folks. The yards are there. Rushing yards, passing yards, they're there. It's the point totals that is disrupting everybody's opinion on what this Steelers team is. They are fine offensively. They just need to put up the points to go with their yards overall for the game. So we're not worried about the Steelers offense. The Seahawks have Geno Smith this week. I think Geno Smith will be good, but the Steelers defense is real good. And the Seahawks offense was struggling with Russell Wilson. You don't think it's going to struggle a little bit with Geno Smith? Russell Wilson's better than Geno Smith, and that's not a knock to Geno Smith. That is just pure facts, and I don't think anybody would argue with that. I don't even think Geno Smith would argue with that. So I get the Steelers here at home, ready to prove everybody wrong. Sunday Night Football, big time game. And yeah, Geno Smith looked good last week, but was that because there was no tape on him and that the Rams weren't expecting to face Geno Smith? Because who would be expecting to face Geno Smith? Am I right? So they just weren't ready for that because he hasn't played in 4 years, no tape on him. So he had some decent success there, but I'm just not buying it overall. I think the Pittsburgh defense keeps him in check. And I think Big Ben puts up some points, like 28 to 30 points. And I don't think the Seahawks are able to keep up pace offensively scoring with them. I'm taking the Steelers -5.5. Don't fall with the national media's narrative on the Steelers team, folks. I think this is an emergence for the Steelers, and everybody in the media come on Monday is like, okay, Big Ben's got it back or something like that. Oh, finally, the offense is clicking. The offense has been clicking, folks. They just haven't been putting up the points. It's unfortunate. Turnovers at unfortunate situations. I'm not like saying, oh my God, this Steelers team is so freaking great and everybody's like overlooking them. No, they're still making the mistakes, but I don't think that continues here. And it's a big game here, primetime TV, Sunday Night Football, and with all those narratives going around in Geno Smith, I think the Steelers have a great game, and people are kind of apologizing to the Steelers on Monday. We're taking that -5.5 points. And then our last pick here in our lock section, we went against the Bills last week, and we're doing it again. We're doing it again this week. I'm giving the Bills the respect they deserve, folks. I'm not respecting this Bills team, but I mean, to call them 5.5 points favorites on the road, folks. Monday Night Football again. Now, I don't want to say this, but I'm gonna have to say this, folks. The Bills, a little bit of a bailout game last week with Patrick Mahomes and this Chiefs team turning over the ball heavily here. And I understand the Bills defense was forcing some of those takeaways. I get it. The Bills defense is very good. This is the best thing about the Bills team is their defense. But once again, it's just kind of what happens when the game is close, when nobody's committing turnovers. Is Josh Allen going to be able to keep up pace and get it done in the clutch? I think Josh Allen's a little bit worse overall than he was last season, which is not the biggest knock because what he did last season was absolutely fantastic. I mean, we gushed and bragged about it the entire offseason, folks. We were ready to watch it this season. We just haven't really seen it come to fruition. But we get this Titans team at home, Monday Night Football game, 5.5 points. I think that's great value. We're taking that. I'm going to take that all day. We are taking that all day. But Derrick Henry, this Bills team has to be ready for this rushing attack. The Titans aren't going to switch up their offensive scheme. They're going to run the ball 30-plus times, and we'll see if the Bills defense, what they are truly made out of when they're getting smacked from start to finish. We saw Derrick Henry smack the Jaguars the entire game. The offense got a little bit, demoralized as the defense got a little demoralized as the game went on. So this Bills team, I think this is a true test for them, and we'll see how they handle it. I'm not saying the Bills won't win this game, but I get 5.5 points here with this Titans team, and they're not even utilizing Julio Jones. Julio Jones didn't play last week, and they're still able to move the ball, put up points. I think that's real impressive. I think everybody's getting clouded judgment with this Bills team because they're blowing out bad teams with no quarterbacks. Great. I give them credit for the Chiefs win. We are still giving them credit for that win, but all those turnovers there, the mistakes, Patrick Mahomes kind of being, this is his down year. If we're kind of going on the same track that Russell Wilson went down, and this Titans team still wants stuff to prove. And we just read that article earlier about the Bills kind of using last year's game against the Titans as fuel, but they didn't do that with the Chiefs. So why are they switching up that tactic now? We don't love it. We don't like it. Titans plus 5.5. I'm taking all those points. Absolutely. So our 3 locks are Dolphins -3, Steelers -5.5, and Titans plus 5.5. Alrighty, now let's talk through our 99% guarantees, folks. Here we go. First one up here, and why we can't put it as a lock. This one went down as well. So this value has been kind of going crazy here. But we're taking the Cardinals +3, folks. We loved the value last night when we first looked at the line. We see a couple of their offensive linemen out this week. Zach Ertz is not playing this week. We get it, but overall, this Cardinals team is finding ways to win the game. So if they have to, realign their offensive line and use some more kind of second string defenders in the defense there in the starting rotation, we absolutely believe they'll win still. We don't care. They've won every single way here. So replacing some players here with backups here, they'll still be able to get it done. It's the team overall. It's everybody. It's the second string. It's the play calling. It's everything that's great here with this Cardinals team. And we've stressed it so much of why this Cardinals team is still number 1 in our power rankings. They find ways to win the game, folks. Down from behind while throwing multiple interceptions and turning the ball over in the second half. On the road, still coming back, winning right out of the gate, putting up the points, beating the Rams in LA. I mean, they know how to win games. They just had a lackluster offensive game last week. The defense held them to a win. They know how to win in different scenarios, different situations, clutch, not clutch, down, not down, everything like that. So if they have to replace a couple of players, we still believe heavily in the next man up mentality here for this Cardinals team. This Browns defense is very, very good. A little bit of a lackluster performance last week, giving up 47 points, a lot of points there. Baker Mayfield still a little questionable here, finally getting back on track next week. We know he's not the most consistent and clutch, so can he keep it up week after week? Browns at home is the biggest thing for them, but this Cardinals defense is ready to go, and the offense is ready to rock, and they're not going to lose just because a couple of people are being out. We could get the Cardinals +3 points. I'm taking that all day long, folks. Absolutely. Give me 3. Alrighty, our next pick here, and we're giving some respect to this team. We're going Texans +10 over the Colts in Indianapolis, folks. Big division game right here, but what is this Colts team, folks? They're nothing big. They're nothing explosive. This is their easiest game, and this is why it's in our 99% guarantees. This is like their most easiest game that they need to win and kind of have a great showing to prove that they can compete, as Super Bowl contenders this year. But this Texans team, Davis Mills coming off of his best performance. You got to give him credit for that. Got to give credit to this Texans team, folks. I'll say it again. I say it every week. Give credit to David Culley, the head coach for the Texans. He's running such a clean, tight ship given the circumstances surrounding this Texans team. Deshaun Watson is a non-factor, non-distraction in that locker room, and it shows every single week. They are decently competitive here. Like we said, unfortunately, lost the game in the second half last week, but they're learning how to put things together. This is not the most talented offensive team, but they play with heart, and that starts at the top with the head coach. I cannot give enough credit to David Culley of how he's handling this Texans whole narrative and saga year 1 for them. I give them a ton of credit. If Tyrod Taylor was the quarterback for the Texans, they don't only have 1 win, folks. I would say 2 to 3 wins at this point. I get 10 points with this Texans team. Division rival, huge game for this Colts where they need to prove. So maybe Carson Wentz does a little bit more than he should be doing. That gets them into trouble defensively for the Texans so they can get some takeaways. And T.Y. Hilton is back with the Colts. I know a lot of people are taking that as a positive, but I think it also could be a little bit of a negative. Carson Wentz knows he's getting his number 1 receiver back. Does he fall a little bit too in love with T.Y. Hilton, going to him maybe 15 times this game? It maybe hurts him. Maybe T.Y. Hilton isn't up to par here to play just quite yet. First game back. So I'm getting 10 points here in a division matchup with the Texans, with Davis Mills finally getting it together here. I look for this Texans team to build on what they did last week to keep it close. They may not win, but I get 10 points. That's all I need. The Colts don't blow out anybody. They're not explosive. They're not great offensively. I get 10 here. I'm taking the 10. Texans. Don't sleep on this team. They are not the worst team in the league, folks. Not by far. All right, and then our last pick in our 99% guarantees, our last pick for our week is Cowboys minus 3.5, folks. Y'all know we love this Cowboys team. We have them number 2 in our power rankings. Dak's leadership, the dual threat running back position of Zeke and Tony Pollard is immaculate. We've got Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, and the tight end Dalton Schultz truly coming into his own here this season. Shout out to Tight End University. Cowboys minus 3.5 here, and I know they're going against the Patriots in Foxborough. I get it. Bill Belichick held Tom Brady to 17 points, so I'm assuming he's not going to let Dak really pass it on him. But they've got that immaculate running game to keep up pace scoring-wise. And now when we talk about the Patriots offense, we can't believe in Mac Jones that great. He's playing good game manager football, which is great. That's all we really want to see out of Mac Jones thus far this season. But this Cowboys defense is one of the best defenses in the league. So, yeah, we've got a great defensive coach in Bill Belichick, and we got a great defense in the Cowboys. So this is going to be a lower scoring game overall, but who can we rely on to put up points? Mac Jones and their cast of tier 2 weapons all over the place, or one of the most explosive offensive weapons wise in the Cowboys? I think like I said, I'm giving credit to the Patriots defense here, but I think the Cowboys offense should be kind of credited equally as the Patriots defense. And if we're just taking pure offense and offense, we got to take Dak Prescott over Mac Jones, and Zeke and Tony Pollard, and Amari Cooper, and CeeDee Lamb, and Dalton Schultz all over the Patriots receivers that have really been doing nothing great. The Patriots got off to a slow start offensively last week, had to come back from behind, and if they get behind with this Cowboys team, the Cowboys defense will not let them come back. They are ball hawks, folks. Trayvon Diggs, you don't think he's going to be picking off Mac Jones 2 to 3 times? Absolutely. Micah Parsons, you don't think he's rushing Mac Jones, getting a couple of sacks here, 1.5, 2, 3.5 sacks? Absolutely. So I'm giving credit to this Patriots team and Bill Belichick defensively, but this Cowboys offense, they'll put up more points overall, and we only have to swallow 3.5. That's great value. Maybe getting like 7 if we had to swallow 7. I think that's where we do like a cutoff. Maybe even like 6, 6.5. But I only have to swallow 3.5 here. I think the Cowboys can definitely do it. Cowboys minus 3.5. Great bet right there. So our 3.99% guarantees are Cardinals +3, Texans +3, and Cowboys minus 3.5. And we're going to do another bonus pick this week, folks. It doesn't fall into any category. We just like the Bengals minus 3.5. Zach Taylor was saying everything that we needed him to say, and this Lions team, we're not going to wait around for them to win their first game. We'll swallow the 3.5 here. Bengals look to kind of blow out this Lions team, establish themselves as one of the best teams, and we're going to swallow the 3.5 here with the Bengals. We're believing in Zach Taylor, Joe Burrow, and Jamar Chase, folks. We like the Bengals. All right, so our picks this week are Dolphins -3, Steelers -5, Titans +5.5, Cardinals +3.5, Texans +10, Cowboys -3.5, and we're looking to go 6 for 6, folks. So play along at home if you like, and cash out with us on Monday, folks.